You wouldn't expect a set of photos to create such a wave of emotion, but Lindsay Lohan's latest images did just that. They weren't flashy or sensational. There were no dramatic outfits, no red carpet poses, no staged glamour. What caught everyone's attention was something far more subtle, a glow of calm and joy that felt genuinely new. Fans didn't react to her style or beauty. They reacted to her peace. In a world where celebrities are often defined by chaos, these photos felt like a breath of fresh air, an honest snapshot of a life that has finally settled. The story behind the reaction. To understand why the images resonated so deeply, it helps to remember where Lindsay's story began. She became famous almost instantly as a child, capturing hearts in films like The Parent Trap. She transitioned into teen stardom with roles in Freaky Friday and Mean Girls, becoming a defining figure for a generation. During that time, she wasn't just an actress, she was a cultural phenomenon. Her life was everywhere, and the world watched her grow up in real time. That kind of early fame can be intoxicating, but it also comes with enormous pressure and impossible expectations. Growing up under the spotlight. As Lindsay grew older, her life shifted from film premieres to tabloid headlines. The public watched her mistakes, her struggles, and her personal challenges in a way few people ever experience. What was once admiration turned into scrutiny. It became clear that fame had taken a toll, and the spotlight began to feel more like a cage than a stage. Eventually, she made a surprising decision. She stepped away. Not with drama or announcements, but quietly and intentionally. That break wasn't an ending. It was a choice to heal and rebuild away from public judgment. The meaning of a private rebuild. Those years away were not about disappearing. They were about finding herself again outside the noise of celebrity culture. Lindsay focused on her health, her identity, and her inner peace, things that are difficult to prioritize when the world is watching. Fans wondered what would happen next. Would she return to acting? Would she continue to live quietly? The truth is, stepping back was a reset. It was a chance to learn how to live without constant attention, and it laid the foundation for the calm presence she now carries. What looked like retreat was actually transformation. The photos that changed everything. When the recent photos surfaced, the reaction was immediate. People saw something different, not because of fashion or glamour, but because of her presence. The images showed Lindsay embracing her pregnancy with quiet pride. She walked outdoors in soft, flowing dresses, her hand resting naturally on her baby bump. She looked relaxed, grounded, and genuinely content. It wasn't a staged moment. It felt deeply personal. The photos didn't scream for attention. They simply showed a woman at peace, living a moment that was entirely hers. That authenticity is what made the images so powerful. A joyful announcement without drama. Lindsay didn't leave fans guessing for long. She shared some of the photos herself, accompanied by brief, heartfelt captions. She wrote words like, "grateful," and "can't wait to meet you," offering just enough to share her happiness without turning it into a spectacle. Her smile said the rest. There was no attempt to control the narrative or create controversy. She simply allowed the moment to exist as it was, joyful, calm, and sincere. Fans responded with overwhelming love, not just for the news, but for the way she shared it. It felt like a true celebration rather than a headline. The internet responds with love. The reaction online was unlike the usual celebrity frenzy. Instead of gossip and speculation, the comments were filled with warmth and support. Fans who grew up watching her films expressed how meaningful it was to see her entering motherhood. They wrote as if they were celebrating an old friend reaching a beautiful milestone. Even other celebrities joined in with messages of encouragement and kindness. The tone was overwhelmingly positive, rare in a space often filled with criticism. This collective support showed that people were rooting for her, not out of nostalgia, but out of genuine empathy and hope. Motherhood as a new identity. As Lindsay prepares for motherhood, fans are witnessing the beginning of a new chapter, one that feels deeply personal and transformative. This new role doesn't replace who she is, it adds to her story. In the photos, she looks purposeful, not performative. Her expression shows anticipation rather than anxiety, and fans can sense a shift in how she views her life. Motherhood often changes priorities and values, and many people believe this will influence her future choices. The excitement feels grounded, not driven by public expectation. This moment feels like a woman becoming more herself, not someone new. A future without pressure. What comes next remains unknown, and that's part of what makes this chapter so refreshing. Lindsay has made it clear that her focus is family for now, without shutting the door on future work. There's no rush to define her next move. She's allowing life to unfold naturally, without the pressure of public expectation. That kind of freedom is a stark contrast to her earlier years, when every decision was scrutinized. Now she sets her own pace. Fans appreciate that she's not seeking validation or attention. She's simply living in the present, and that calm confidence is visible in every photo. Why people are rooting for her. There is something deeply human about watching someone grow, struggle, and find peace. That's why so many people are cheering for Lindsay. They don't just see a celebrity announcement, they see a life story coming full circle. They remember the child star, the teen icon, and the difficult years that followed. Seeing her now, smiling, grounded, and hopeful, feels like a shared victory. Her journey reminds people that growth isn't linear and that happiness can come after hardship. Fans feel proud, protective, and inspired. Lindsay's story gives others permission to believe in their own ability to heal and evolve. A story bigger than celebrity news. At its heart, Lindsay Lohan's pregnancy announcement is more than entertainment. It's a story about transformation, patience, and personal growth. The photos sparked attention, but the meaning behind them runs much deeper. They show a woman stepping out of survival mode and into a season of peace. In a culture obsessed with constant updates and drama, her quiet joy feels powerful. It reminds people that some moments don't need spectacle to matter. Lindsay's story encourages compassion, reflection, and understanding. She is no longer defined by past chapters, but by presence, authenticity, and resilience. A new chapter begins. Lindsay Lohan's recent photos mark the start of a beautiful new chapter, one filled with calm anticipation and purpose. From child star to global icon, from public struggles to private healing, her journey has been anything but simple. Now, as she prepares to become a mother, she appears grounded and genuinely happy. These images are not about reinvention or attention. They're about life moving forward. Fans are celebrating not just the news of a baby, but the woman she has become. This moment is a reminder that people can grow, heal, and find joy again, and that authenticity is the most powerful transformation of all.